Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, we're at another old church. This one's got some interesting stuffs going on though, so let's get the camera flipped round, have a wander and have a bit of a waffle. That's what we normally do. Ooh. So we're at St Michael's Church in Kimberley. Let me just get my stick sorted. Oh, what are you doing, you silly camera? Hopefully it's recording okay and there's nothing on the screen. Yeah, so Mary and I just took a drive out to have an explore of a couple of churches. I didn't take any notes. Let me see if I can get rid of this off the screen. It's bugging me. There we go, we got it. So yeah, so I've not taken any notes like I normally do. So I didn't find too much of historical interest. No real interesting dates or history of the churches themselves. We've already visited Wicklewood, All Saints, and I didn't make a video there. But there's some interesting things going on here at Wicklewood. Sorry, at Kimberley. First of all, it's a very pretty little church out in the boonies, as it were. I mean, it looks it and it feels it because Kimberley is just a small hamlet, but we are only a couple of miles from Wyndham, which is a fairly large town. And yes, this place is expensive to live. As we're not walking off into the distance, don't worry, and I'm not going to walk off the edge of a cliff. The reason for this church being quite as ornate and as actually very well looked after as it is, considering the state of some of the churches around here, is this, which is part of Kimberley Park, owned and run by the Woodhouses at Kimberley Hall, the Barons and Baronets. I'm just going to zoom in on a very cool old oak tree, the hollow trunk. So yes, it's enough of that kind of waffle. There is a Commonwealth War grave as well here, so we should keep an eye out for that. I think it might actually be inside rather than outside, because it's a small church, a small churchyard, as I say, because Kimberley traditionally is a tiny little hamlet, and I would think most of the people here who are buried here were probably originally servants at the hall. We have a very cute little rectory over there, which I won't get too close to or film too much of because it is a private residence. And yes, the ground isn't particularly even. As we're noticing more and more, the big, deep, wide gully gutters around the church. There's some fabulous buttresses. You can't beat a good buttress. It wasn't until we got round here that something caught my eye, and I'm purposefully not pointing the camera at it. As I walk under the tree, into the tree, and we have more pasture, meadowland, and we come here and we have a pair of parallel box hedges hanging in Why would there just be a random pair of hedges in the churchyard, Sharpie? That makes no sense. I mean, as you can see, it's not a short hedgerow, and there are still graves this side of it, and access. Well, the reason is this, which is the entrance to an underground crypt, which is under there. Camera won't pick it up, but there are steps that lead down, the doorway at the back. So yes, now we have felt something here. I can feel it at the moment. There's a definite coldness emanating. Nothing bad that I've felt or noticed, and it seems to come in waves. It sort of pulses, as if it's something coming past down there, come around and going down into, and then repeating again. So I say there are I couldn't find any obvious, oh no, Kimberley Church is haunted, or any kind of paranormal stories or anything. I wasn't looking too hard, but these things normally turn up fairly quickly if you search for them. And as you can see up here, we have the gully around the church. It comes up in a slope, which looks suspiciously like a crypt roof to me. Just because it is. Yes, that's mine and Mary's footprints. We're the first people to be here today by the looks of it, wandering about. So a quick look at some stained glass from the outside and windows up to the church, which this side in the brickwork, if we zoom in on the tower, we have anno, so year, and then and DOMM, so was that DCMM? Might be a DC. Let's have a look. We'll zoom back out so you don't get all seasick, because although I do try to hold the camera steady, I am walking on rough grass and it's rather difficult at times. It's bad enough sometimes trying to keep my own balance, let alone I mean, as you can see, we are in a very quiet little hamlet, and not that far, not even that far. Now I can't really read it from here. It looks like it might read 1680, 1631 perhaps, something like that. But anyway, that's a quick wander around the outside. As I say, a very pretty little church and yard. If you're in the area, pop in and pay it a visit. Yes, we have an outdoor toilet. Yes, they're actually putting disabled toilets in churches. Oh, and we have more brick writing on that side, so I have no idea what that date is. I suppose I really should have paid more attention when I was looking. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, it's just a light in a box. Anyway, before we wander inside, I will say thank you for watching. Don't forget to press the buttons, like, comment, subscribe, Join the channel as a member if you like. It all helps. It's always appreciated. But thank you very much. Enjoy your hobbies, whatever they are. Have fun. Stay safe. Peace out. And bye bye.